Welcome to the Channel Collective. My name is the Mystic Starseed, and I will be doing your general reading for the collective. I've already cleansed the cards and cleansed the energy, and we're just going to start this reading with a singing bowl to cleanse the energy for everybody else as well. I got a new deck. It's called the Moonlight Haze Tarot deck. We're going to check that out today. It's by Tarotopia, if anybody wanted to get one themselves. Definitely a beautiful deck. I definitely felt drawn to it right away, so I had to get it. That's just how I am. Aside from this, I definitely do a lot more, so for me, art is a big deal, no matter what. My cards are really, really, really nice. So, definitely something to check out. I can already tell a lot of, can feel a lot of energy right now. It's definitely really intense right now, that's for sure. What wanted to come out, of course, is the 6 and the 7 of Cups, and the 8 of Cups, which is crazy. Obviously, I have to shuffle a little bit more, but I'm sure that's going to come out later in the reading as well. It's no coincidence. And I'll tell you guys a little bit more about what that means here soon. Gonna have to shuffle it quite a bit because it's a new deck, as you guys know. I want it to be as accurate as possible. I did already pray to protect everybody's energy during this reading and my own so that everything is very clear and concise. Alright, I'm going to take 3 cards. That's normally how I start my readings, and then we'll clarify those as well as we go along. Alright, Spirit, give us a few cards, please. Tell us the energy, the current energy for the collective. For the collective with the high vibration. You all will know who you are. Alright. I'm going to take the first 3 that I get from this. So we got the 4 of Swords, the 10 of Cups, and the Page of Cups. On the bottom of the deck is the 8 of Pentacles, And top of the deck is Nine of Swords. Okay. So general energy is Eight of Pentacles, which is basically representing working on yourself, working on your goals, working on something at work, like a project, some kind of promotion, some kind of big endeavor that you're trying to make legendary one day, is what I'm hearing. And so that is the current energy. And on the top of the deck is the Nine of Swords, which is the hidden energy. And what we see here is someone that's completely shattered and feels like everything is falling apart in life. But as we know, usually whenever you manifest a new life for yourself, it seems like everything is falling apart, and that's for a reason, because in order for you to have your new life, you have to get rid of your old life. So just because things seem shattered doesn't mean that it's a bad thing, because as we know, shattered glass actually could be good luck and a broken spell. So sometimes things need to break in order for them to be constructed way better. With the Four of Swords, represents the energy of someone that is just trying to hold everything close to themselves and keep themselves nurtured. In this card, we have a feminine energy laying with a rose over her heart, covered up in very comfortable sheets, which obviously shows that she is very comfortable with herself. She has all the self-love that she needs to take care of herself. And it's a little bit tough for her to let people in because of the fact that she does have high standards and she doesn't need everybody's help to make her life fulfilling. She's done it herself, and she tries to hold that close to her heart. With the Ten of Cups, obviously represents happily ever after, everything that you've ever wanted. All of your desires coming true. The white picket fence type of dream that everybody wants, whatever way that stands out to you. The color green in this card represents the heart chakra, so obviously it's everything that you've ever wanted in love, everything that you've ever wanted with fulfillment and emotions, with family relationships and friend relationships, and even the dreams that you thought were never possible, is what I'm hearing, are finally going to come true. Especially after this blue moon, which was highly powerful, and a highly powerful moon for manifestation and change. This is definitely where the collective energy is heading, no matter what, especially after all of these changes. Especially after all the self-love and healing that everyone has done over time. And with the Page of Cups, that is an offer from an emotional standpoint. So it's your heart's desires. And in this card, which is unlike the traditional tarot, this is feminine energy holding a cup and basically being in love with herself, but also in love with what she has in front of her and ready to take the steps to do so. So let's clarify these cards and kind of go a little bit deeper and see a little more in depth what this all means for everybody. I mean, the fact that we have 2 Cups cards out of 3, and one's an offer and one's everything. Ooh, these fell Let me pick these guys up. Too many cards anyways, but that's a little too much. So I mean that the energy is definitely intense because cards just want to fly out. So clarifying the Four of Swords is actually the Queen of Wands in reverse. And give me one or two more cards to clarify that card. I mean, right off the bat, we know definitely this is a reading about love, mostly. Even though it was a general collective reading, it's going to be more so on the love side of things. Okay. So we have the Knight of Wands in reverse, and then we also have the King of Wands upright. Which the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands are a divine match. And ironically enough, the Knight of Wands is the energy of someone rushing in with intense passion, intense desire, everything that they want, they feel like they can get in the blink of an eye, and so they're ready to get it and they're ready to go for it. But it's in the reverse, which means that there is the opposite of that. So someone who is trying to hold back from trying to go after what they want and almost holding their passions to themselves, which is causing them a lot of internal angst and turmoil. When in reality, if you just went after what you wanted, you would get it all and it would fall into place eventually. Anyways. With the King of Wands upright and the Queen of Wands in reverse, both upright are actually a divine match. So we kind of look at it this way, like making the right moves out of passion and desire and not out of fear and ego will lead you to exactly what you want. If you want that intense, passionate romance, if you want that otherworldly love that you all have been secretly desiring or outwardly desiring, you just have to go after all of your passions yourself, all the things that you deeply desire, and be authentically yourself throughout the process so you can easily attract that partner instead of feeling like you have to chase anybody, because at the end of the day, the Queen of Wands is the most attractive queen out of all four queens. She is the most charismatic, the most high standard queen. She definitely doesn't take anybody's problems, and she attracts. She does not chase whatsoever. So, and the King of Wands chases, and when he knows what he wants, he'll get it. So that's kind of the vibe, is when you shift that internally within yourself, that's when someone will shift that internally about themselves and feel that way about you. Now let's clarify the Ten of Cups. Okay. I'll take this one, and I'll take that one. So I'll take those three. So we got the Nine of Swords, clarifying the Ten of Cups, which is ironic, because it came out actually at the top of the deck when we started the reading. We have the Queen of Pentacles, and then we have the Five of Swords. And I'm just going to go through and we're going to clarify the Page of Cups, and then we'll clarify everything and go through everything so we get a better understanding of what's going on. Let's clarify Spirit. Let's clarify the Page of Cups. Give me 2 or 3 cards. I've got exactly 3. So, to clarify the Page of Cups, we got the Wheel of Fortune, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Justice card. In the bottom of the deck, we got the Three of Swords, and top of the deck, we got Five of Wands. Well, Three of Swords definitely depicts somebody that's went through a massive heartbreak or something that completely changed your life forever. So whether it was something traumatic or something that happened that you've never experienced before, and now your life perspective has changed forever. That's basically what that is emphasizing. And as you see in this deck, it is a couple standing at the top of a cliff overlooking the sunset, but they're facing away from each other. So that can mean a few things. But let's go through everything and clarify it some more so we kind of see what that really means for everyone. With the Nine of Swords clarifying the Ten of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles with the Five of Swords. As we know, Nine of Swords depicts a feminine energy that felt like she has lost everything, whereas the Queen of Pentacles is the queen that has everything. She is the queen of the material world. She is the most loyal, the most grounded, and she doesn't need anyone. So at the end of the day, that is the energy that you want to be in, but also attract, because you don't want to depend on anybody, and you don't also want to feel like just because things are falling apart that that's the end. Because, like I said in the beginning, you need to be able to get rid of your old life for your new life. And so sometimes the people that we think that we should have in our life, especially romantically, we end up being with someone that is completely different than we originally expected, and that ends up being the love of our life. So you kind of have to shift your energies sometimes and explore the different aspects of yourself in order to really attract it all, so that once that person comes in, you don't have to worry about X, Y, and Z, and you already have all the qualities, and you don't feel like you have to create anything, because at the end of the day, you don't want to change people. You want them to come as they are. And with the Five of Swords, in this tarot deck, it's funny because it looks like this couple is masterminding and coming up with like an intense plan, but also it also gives me power couple vibes, which is not the typical depiction of the Five of Swords. So it's very interesting because it's obviously clarifying the Ten of Cups, and that's the happily ever after. And if you look at these two cards, the guy that is in this card is also the same that's in this card. Same guy and same, almost the same girl. I mean, it may be different, but the same masculine energy. And that's who we're talking about the most, really, is someone that is choosing us, not someone that we're chasing after. And the counterpart to the Queen of Pentacles is the King of Pentacles, someone that is also loyal, the most grounded, the most stable, the most monogamous, the most desirable, in the sense of if you want someone that you can build the rest of your life with, that is building a solid foundation, that's normally the type of energy you would want to be with. And with the Five of Swords, that just shows that it's power couple vibes. Not only is it a stable foundation, but it's also power couple vibes. So all the heartbreaks of the past, not that they don't matter, but they were there to shape and change the energy so that you can attract what you're desiring. And then with the Page of Cups, we got the Wheel of Fortune, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Justice card. I mean, these are all phenomenal cards. A lot of major arcana as well with the Wheel of Fortune and the Justice. So it's essentially what I was saying with the middle with the Ten of Cups. It's attracting everything that you've ever wanted. That dream business, that dream life, that dream partner. And the energy is pink. So pink is very luscious, it's very attractive, so it's very luxurious. So of course it's if you guys desire that luxurious life, it's attracting that luxurious life. It's attracting all the nice things that you've been wanting. Maybe you grew up in a home that you didn't have everything, that your parents didn't have very much money, and now it's shifting the entire narrative from going from that when you grew up to something that you never thought you could ever have. And of course, with the Ace of Pentacles, that just shows it even more opportunities coming your way when it comes to finances, when it comes to tangible things. Especially with the right partner, you're going to have everything amplified. The love in your life is going to be amplified. The money is going to be amplified because when you're truly with the right person, you attract so much more money and so many more things. And that's just a given. That's how you always know that that's the right person for you as well. And with the Justice card, as we know, card of Libra, that is basically getting everything you ever wanted, but also it's karmic justice from the universe. And if you stay true to yourself and your desires and you do the right thing and you don't fall off that narrative, that will attract exactly what you want. And that's always going to be specific to everybody individually, whatever you guys want, since this is a general collective reading, but I'm sure you guys understand what I'm saying by that. Let me just kind of finish off the reading by clarifying a few signs, and then we can kind of end that where it is, because obviously this reading is pretty self-explanatory, and it kind of gives like a past, present, future vibe to me. So with that being said, we have swords, wands, cups, and pentacles. So of course all signs are on the board, but the ones that really stand out to me currently are fire signs, so Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. And we also have water signs, so Cancers, and Pisces and Scorpio. And then we also have Justice cards, so we have Libra, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, and all the fixed signs, Leo, Aquarius, stand out to me the most. So pretty much all signs, it doesn't matter what sign you are. I feel like all signs are acceptable because this is definitely a general collective reading. I feel this in my own energy, so I know that a lot of us are feeling it in our own energy, in our own way as well. But thank you for watching the entire reading. There will definitely be a lot more coming up. And this is just a precursor to everything else. Of course, as we go along and have more and tap into more, we will get deeper into exactly what's happening based on divine timing. So, as far as that goes, please like, share, subscribe, share with your friends. I will be releasing new videos about twice a week, every single week. So definitely subscribe so you can get early access to everything and so much more. Have a great day.